Yo, so Offset is really out here laughing, and I mean full-blown cackling at Cardi B after Stefon Diggs allegedly cheated on her at the Super Bowl. This man posted "I won" without even breaking a sweat, sat back and watched the entire internet lose their minds, while his ex-wife's new relationship exploded in front of millions of people. And the petty levels, the sheer audacity of this whole situation has me absolutely floored. Because Offset didn't lift a finger, didn't change a single thing about himself, and still managed to come out looking like he predicted the whole disaster. So we're about to break down exactly what Offset said, why he's laughing, how Stefon fumbled the entire bag, and why this whole situation is way messier than anyone expected. Alright, so before we get into Offset's victory lap, we need to set the scene because context is everything. Cardi B and Offset officially ended their marriage in 2024 after 7 years of absolute chaos. We're talking cheating scandals, public breakups, Instagram live crying sessions, reconciliations, more cheating, and then finally Cardi saying enough is enough in July 2024 when she filed for divorce for the last time. She stayed single for 6 whole months after that. 6 months of healing, working on herself, focusing on her kids and her career. And then in early 2025, Stefon Diggs enters the picture. Stefon came in hot with all the right words. He told Cardi, "Let me heal you, give me a chance to heal you." And she believed him. She really thought she'd found someone different, someone who would treat her better than Offset ever did. By May 2025, they're posting couple content all over Instagram. By September, she's announcing her pregnancy on CBS Mornings. By November, their son is born. Everything looks perfect. Cardi's out here at every Patriots game, bundled up in the cold, screaming her lungs out for this man, hyping him up on social media, being the ultimate supportive girlfriend. The internet is eating it up. People are comparing them to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It's giving power couple energy. But Offset was watching, and he wasn't buying any of it. When Cardi first went public with Stefon around April 2025, Offset played it cool initially. He even said publicly that he was happy for her. But that energy didn't last long. By June 2025, he's posting and deleting tweets calling their relationship good PR. By September, when Stefon makes his debut playing for the Patriots, Offset hops online and tweets one word, trash, with the emoji to match. The shade was real, the pettiness was palpable, and you could tell Offset was just waiting, just sitting back with the popcorn ready for everything to fall apart. Then January 2026 happens. Stefon gets hit with a felony strangulation charge involving an alleged incident with his former chef. Stefon denies these charges completely, calls them pure fiction, but the optics are terrible, and Offset sees his opportunity. He slides onto social media and posts 2 words that absolutely break the internet. "I won." That's it. No explanation, no context needed. Everybody who'd been following this love triangle knew exactly what he meant. He's basically saying, "See, I told you this dude was trash. I told you he wasn't better than me, and now look what happened." And here's where it gets wild. Offset posted that in January. The Super Bowl was February 8th. So for a whole month, those 2 words just sat there marinating, getting retweeted, getting screenshotted, getting dissected in every group chat and comment section across the internet. And then Super Bowl Sunday happens, and Offset's "I won" post goes from petty shade to straight up prophetic. Because what happens on Super Bowl Sunday? Absolute chaos. Pure, unfiltered disaster. The day before the game, a reporter asked Cardi what message she has for Stefon before the big game. This should be easy, right? She's been his biggest cheerleader all season. But instead of the hype, instead of the energy, Cardi just says, "Good luck," with the coldest, most emotionless delivery you've ever seen, and walks away. No smile, no warmth, nothing. Just "good luck," and she's out. The internet immediately knows something is wrong because that energy shift was so obvious it might as well have been written in neon lights. Then the actual Super Bowl happens. The Seattle Seahawks absolutely demolished the New England Patriots 29-13. It's not even close. It's a blowout. And Stefon? Stefon is basically invisible on the field. A couple of catches, 0 touchdowns. Nothing that even resembles a big game performance. The man is getting cooked on the biggest stage in American sports. But the football game is just the beginning of his problems. While all this is happening, Stefon's got his baby mama Kiki at the Super Bowl with their kid, sitting front row, wearing his jersey, posting all over Instagram stories. Now here's what makes this so foul. Kiki's baby was born in September 2025. Cardi's baby with Stefon was born in November 2025, 2 months apart. 2 months. So Stefon had a baby with another woman just weeks before Cardi gave birth to their son, and now that woman is posting from the Super Bowl like she's the main character. The disrespect is astronomical. But wait, it gets worse. There are also reports that a woman named Pre was at the Super Bowl with access to what looked like Patriots credentials. Pre is allegedly someone from Stefon's past, who also allegedly had connections to Offset back in the day. So Cardi's potentially dealing with her ex-husband's former situation now being connected to her new man. You literally cannot make this up. And then the most explosive allegation drops. Unverified reports claim that Stefon was caught sneaking his girl best friend into his hotel room less than an hour after losing the Super Bowl. Now, let me be very clear. This specific allegation hasn't been confirmed with receipts. No photos, no video, no solid proof. But the fact that this rumor even exists, the fact that it's circulating and people believe it could be true based on everything else that happened that night, tells you everything you need to know. Cardi allegedly left the stadium right after halftime. She didn't stick around for the fourth quarter. She didn't wait to console Stefon after the loss. She had spent $1.2 million on a Super Bowl after party that never happened, and she just disappeared. And then hours after the game ends, Cardi and Stefon unfollow each other on Instagram. A source confirms to Entertainment Tonight that they recently broke up. Cardi posts a cryptic "done" on social media, and just like that, the relationship is over. Now let's bring this back to Offset, because this is where his laugh gets really loud. This man didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to interfere, didn't have to cause drama, didn't have to sabotage anything. He literally just sat back and watched Stefon self-destruct on the biggest stage possible. And remember, Offset had been calling this from the beginning. When everyone was hyping up Cardi's new relationship, when people were saying she upgraded, when the comparisons to Taylor and Travis were flying around, Offset was the one saying, "Nah, this ain't it. This dude is trash. Watch what happens." And he was right. That's the part that probably stings the most for Cardi. Offset, the man who cheated on her repeatedly throughout their 7-year marriage, the man who put her through absolute hell, the man she finally had the strength to leave, ends up being right about her next relationship. And you know Offset is loving every second of this. The I won post wasn't just petty shade, it was a victory lap. It was him saying, "I might have been terrible, but at least I wasn't that terrible." Because let's keep it real about Stefon's track record. This man has 6 kids with 5 different women. 4 of those babies were born in 2025 alone. 4 in 1 year. He's facing a felony strangulation charge. He's got lawsuits for defamation and alleged assault. He's got baby mama drama so complicated it makes Offset's situation look simple by comparison. And yet, Cardi chose him. She looked at all those red flags and thought, yeah, this is better than what I had. And that's what makes Offset's laugh so brutal, because he knows he set the bar so low that Cardi thought someone like Stefon Diggs was an upgrade. He knows that the trauma he caused her, the insecurity, the broken trust, all of that made her vulnerable to someone who came in saying the right things, even if his actions told a completely different story. Social media absolutely exploded after the Super Bowl. 50 Cent was trolling Stefon, saying, "Imagine waking up and you lost your girl and the Super Bowl." The memes were ruthless. People were posting side-by-sides of Offset and Stefon with captions like, "She really left one mess for a bigger mess." The jokes were flying from every direction. And through all of it, Offset stayed relatively quiet. He didn't need to say anything else. That I won post from January said everything that needed to be said. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people online started defending Offset, saying things like, "At least with Offset, she had 7 years and 3 kids. This man Stefon blew it up in less than 2 years with a 2-month-old baby." Others were saying, Offset might have been toxic, but he never embarrassed her at the Super Bowl in front of the whole world. The bar was in hell, but somehow Stefon managed to dig underneath it. And you can tell Offset is eating this up, because for years, he's been the villain in Cardi's story. He's been the bad guy, the cheater, the one who couldn't do right. But now there's someone who looks even worse. Now there's someone who fumbled even harder. And Offset didn't have to change a single thing about himself to make that happen. There's also this wild dynamic where Offset and Cardi are still co-parenting 3 kids together. So while all this is going down, while the internet is going crazy, while Stefon's relationship with Cardi is imploding, Offset is right there in the background, still being a part of her life because of their children. The pettiness is multi-layered. It's not just about Offset being right, it's about him being right while he's still connected to Cardi's life through their kids. So where does this leave everyone? Cardi's focusing on her Little Miss Drama tour and her kids, choosing herself and her peace over the chaos. Stefon's dealing with court dates, a failing NFL career, and the fallout from losing both the Super Bowl and his relationship in the same night. And Offset is sitting back, co-parenting his 3 kids with Cardi, watching his replacement crash and burn on the biggest stage in American sports, and laughing all the way through it. The whole situation is a reminder that sometimes the trash takes itself out. Sometimes you don't have to do anything to prove your point. You just have to wait for the truth to reveal itself. And for Offset, that truth came wrapped in a 29-13 loss, baby mama drama at the Super Bowl, and a relationship that imploded faster than it was built. He won without playing the game. And that's probably the pettiest victory of all. Let me know what you think in the comments.